Awesome. Thank you so much. As Twinkle mentioned, my name is Mark Maynard. I've spent over 15 years helping individuals and companies with technology in a variety of different positions. I've worked for some larger field service technology companies such as Oracle and Click Software, and now I'm currently at Zinier. I reside in the frozen tundra of Minnesota, so for all of you out there in warm locations, I am very jealous, but at least we do get some of the seasons. But it certainly would be nice if it was a little bit warmer. Today's topic centers around AI and automation. I'm sure everyone has some impression of what AI does coming into this conversation. For example, a lot of people might think of AI when they think of Netflix suggesting additional content based on things you previously viewed, or Amazon recommending items to purchase, or specifically advertising specific things for you based on your purchases. And while all that is not correct, AI is a very, very broad topic, and I will be focusing on a few areas to really help shed some light onto what AI means today, and it also might be different in the future as well. So, AI is making its way into our lives more and more. How it affects how we live, how we work, how we entertain ourselves. The predictive technology is changing everything as we know it. But how did we get here? What does the future hold? And what are some of the practical applications for AI for field technicians or optimizing field service? We're going to discuss some major disruptors in technology today, how this technology is impacting and changing our lives, and how this relates to artificial intelligence and automation and efficiency, and how you relate that to business success. As we go through this presentation, I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. How does this specifically apply to field service? Each and every aspect of technology that we are going to discuss either does or will have an impact on how field service operates. It's been one of the most difficult years for most people, most businesses. We've seen many people we know struggle in a lot of different ways. We've seen many businesses change the way that they do business in order to survive. And I believe that the world has changed forever. How do we adjust? How do businesses adjust? How do we become more efficient and come out of these challenges stronger and better prepared for the future? The answer could be very simple: technology utilization. Technology has an even more important role in our lives today, and it will be the key to our future success. Let's kind of take a look at how technology is changing the world today. We're living in a world today with self-walking dogs, hoverboards, video chat, flying cars, digital fingerprint identification, augmented reality glasses, automated gas station, drone cameras, self-driving clothes, self-lacing shoes. Oh, wait. That was what was predicted in Back to the Future 2 and what the world might look like in 2015. Not sure how many people recognize this movie, but I certainly do. While some of these items are already happening today, such as video calling, utilization of fingerprints to unlock things, augmented reality glasses, drone cameras, we're not far off from others. And with the advancements in technology today, you never know what might be right around the corner. When we look at the current technology landscape, we see a variety of tools that are already helping disrupt everything as we know it. As we dig into a couple of different items, Internet of Things, big data, and 5G, they all play a pivotal role in really enabling artificial intelligence and automation. And each one of these disruptive technologies has a great impact on how valuable and relevant augmented reality, virtual reality, drones will be moving forward. Perhaps together, all these different aspects of technology that we are approaching, we are approaching many new applications of technology to really help businesses take the next step towards automation. So let's start with Internet of Things. Internet of Things is an umbrella term used for technologies that enable the connection of a device to the internet. Such systems depend on the collection of data. The data is then used for monitoring, controlling, transferring information from devices via the internet. This allows for specific actions to be automatically activated whenever certain situations arise. In a simple example, consider a smart kettle. The kettle will be programmed to automatically turn off once it reaches a specific temperature. It might also send a notification to the user. IoT devices are everywhere today. And I'm going to go over a couple practical examples that could impact each and one of us today and in the future. I think one of the simplest examples to kind of discuss is a smart home powered by IoT. Instead of manually going up to the device and taking actions, those actions can be taken at the press of a button. These days, most smart IoT home innovation devices allow you to control them via an app or a voice command. Now imagine if you didn't even need to undertake such actions. In other words, the smart home will know when to take certain actions and automatically take them. This is where the future of automation in IoT lies in your home, and you can relate that to your businesses as well. So think about lighting, for example. These days, smart lighting is all the rage. They can be scheduled to turn off, turn on, and change their intensity. However, in the future, it might be possible for this to be taken a step further. With IoT enabled across the home, the lights can respond to actions that the users take or whatever they might do. For example, the lights can respond to your home movie cinema theater. They can turn off or dim whenever you start watching a movie. Going further, they may even react to the type of movie. For example, they could turn completely off if the lights sense that you are watching a horror movie, giving you the proper atmosphere. Now, I can tell you, if my lights did that, my wife would fall asleep all the time. She wants lights on constantly. I prefer it to be a little bit darker. Doors are another example. In the future, doors can be smarter as well. Imagine opening, unlocking when you enter or leave. This may be possible via smart device or facial recognition. This can be taken to the next step by getting the rest of your house to take actions in tandem with your entry. For example, lights can turn on as soon as you enter through the door, or leaving, etc. They can turn off. Another example, windows. Windows can be smarter as well. Imagine them automatically opening the shutters when the sun rises or close at sunset. You may even be able to program them to automatically close when it rains. Consider the previous example of a home movie. Your curtains can lower whenever you're watching a movie, etc. Temperature control. These days, you can control your home thermostat remotely via apps. In the future, you may not even need to do that. The thermostat will be able to recognize if you're nearing your home, and it will check the room temperature and the external temperature and set aside the right settings for you, and it will recognize that you're coming home and take the certain actions to adjust. Gardens. Even your gardens can be smarter in the future. You'll be able to place IoT sensors in the garden, and if these sensors detect dryness in the soil, they can trigger the irrigation system, or even lawnmowers. Robotic lawnmowers can be automatically deployed. That would be great. if the grass reaches a certain height, that would save me some time. A smart fridge. The smart fridges are constantly collecting data, expiration dates, temperature control, understanding your buying and eating habits. It can probably help you with developing your grocery list, notifications for reordering, and perhaps someday even actually reordering the food for you. With your home routines, it is possible for much of the home to be connected via smart devices. There are smart sockets that automatically turn off or turn on, smart alarms that can play music when you wake up or tell you the news, voice assistants that can run entire routines where the lights, home appliances, thermostat, alarms, and other devices are controlled. Going forward, this will be extended throughout the home. Consider your morning routine. The shutters open when you wake up and help you kind of get rid of that grogginess. I could definitely go for that. Even when you wake up, the coffee maker could start your morning cup of coffee downstairs. The bathroom could get your water heated for your shower. Your stereo could start playing some type of morning tunes, and you could have your coffee. Your TV will turn on to your preferred news channel. And of course, the thermostat will control the temperature to what you prefer. Of course, all of this isn't going to happen overnight. There are a few barriers to widespread adoption in IoT-enabled smart homes, the primary of which is cost. Privacy is another major concern. But then there are all these current technological limitations that create difficulties in seamless connection between multiple IoT devices. Imagine having this type of insight into your business, inventory, etc. One example that I really wanted to touch on because this one hits home with me, one particular IoT device is the video doorbell. I absolutely love how convenient this makes my life. A couple highlights is my wife loves online shopping. We get packages all the time, being able to know when these packages arrive. I have very small kids, so a lot of my garage is taken up with their toys, their bikes, etc. So I actually have to park outside. And the video doorbell allows me to know if someone does decide to mess with my car, I'll have the recording and I'll get motion alerts of something happening outside. So it acts as a deterrent because it's a security camera essentially. It acts as a deterrent for people trying to steal packages or kids trying to ring my doorbell. I can also see who's at the door and avoid answering it if someone is trying to solicit. And it can help me keep an eye on my home while I'm away, and much more. But one specific example that I did want to bring up, I have a wonderful beagle named Buttercup. Around a year ago, we had some friends stop over, and Buttercup ran outside like she always does to greet them because she's super friendly. And then she, went to relieve herself. Our guest came in the door, shut the door behind Buttercup, and she was left outside. A little bit of time went by and I kept getting these automatic motion alerts on my phone that something was at the front door. I'd look and I didn't see anything. Thankfully, I realized that it was my dog triggering the motion detector at the front door as she was waiting to be left inside. I felt incredibly bad that she was left outside for a little bit, and I have to thank the video doorbell for ensuring that nothing bad happened and she didn't spend too much time outdoors. And then I got to go back and actually see the videos for wandering around confused. Now I feel incredibly bad, and I love my dog very much, but I appreciate the application of the video doorbell. So how does this relate to a bigger picture? With so many different devices connected to the internet and able to communicate, this makes kind of big data possible. Big data is taking the world by storm. With huge amounts of data emanating from various digital sources, the importance of analytics has tremendously grown, and making companies to tap that data that used to be considered useless many years ago. As companies are bound to provide results on the fly, the importance of big data has really increased across industries at a swift pace. The future of field service today looks very exciting thanks to the Internet of Things combined with big data. By harnessing the power, organizations are quickly moving from market norms to aftermarket forces, driving significant change across enterprises, including businesses being able to deploy and connect innovative technologies for mobile workforces. With Internet of Things, more emphasis is placed on efficiency, innovation, making field service teams appealing to a generation of younger technicians. This puts pressure on organizations to sustain a focus on employee success, which can lead to a proactive realization of promises to customers. This results in increasing revenue, deepening customer satisfaction, and a winning combination for future of connected field service. With the explosion of data and connected devices, it's getting more and more challenging to centralize, analyze, and take action on this data, let alone do it without human intervention. Whether you call it big data, little data, Internet of Things, data remains data until you actually do something with it and it becomes a business model. With the complexity of the tremendous amount of information, it is imperative to determine what unique data you have, what you can obtain, and how you can use it to add customer value in ways and lock out your competition and create new revenue streams. Business models are getting more complex. Your customers' demands, they're becoming much more demanding. They immediate satisfaction. Your workforce is changing with the change of pace of unpredictability is accelerating. New technologies are disrupting industries and will continue to do so at an even more rapid pace. One of the hardest things that businesses have to deal with is unpredictability. With things changing faster and faster, the world has become much more unpredictable, as we've seen, especially in 2020, and companies need to have the flexibility in order to adjust quickly. And we now have perhaps the start of one of the most disruptive technologies coming into the market, and that's 5G technology. It took us a decade to go from 2G to 3G, a half a decade to go from 3G to 4G. And in a few short years, we've gone from 4G to now 5G. When it comes to the 5G rollout, AI will definitely be supercharged. AI will cause a proliferation of sensors all around us. And each one of these sensors is a new input available to create better models. The reality is that there really is no limit on the number of use cases that can be enhanced with 5G, and people are just starting to realize some of the benefits as we are in the early stages of this transformation. If you bring high-speed data, you can give AI-driven devices more context. For example, an image sensor in a car can use AI and detect a road hazard. If it can communicate at high speed with low latency, it can share that data to other cars to help them avoid the hazard. Or it can incorporate data from other cars to optimize a route and ensure on-time arrival, considering traffic and weather across multiple routes. The more data that is collected, the more it can train AI and machine learning models and use the insight outcomes for better decision making and handling false positives or false negatives. When you combine this with highly accurate sensors and imaging technologies, you can start visualizing smart city applications like automated driving detection from roadside light posts, reducing Amber Alert resolution timeframes, and as well as using automatic fast path detection and clearance for emergency vehicles. Now that we know that 5G will provide a tremendous value to all the 5G sensors all over, let's quickly mention how our own individual 5G device might be impacted with AI. Remember when mobile phones were just a tool to talk on the phone? From the car phone to the old Nokia to that many people had, to the Blackberries that people started to use for business purposes with email, to the first iPhone. Our mobile phones have become a part of who we are. Our lives today revolve around these gadgets to an incomprehensible degree. Utilization of virtual personal assistants like Siri and Cortana is on the ascent. We would be powerless without Google Maps there to guide us. To put it plainly, AI is progressing quickly and is changing the manner in which we live our lives. The smart devices today are more intelligent than their ancestors. The fast upgrades in the hardware and software spaces have set off an era where intelligence is moving from the cloud onto the device and altering our lives. In regards to field operations, in the age of IoT, smartphones, laptops, tablets, and the rest of mobile technology are no longer just a mere device. They have become critical tools to that field engineer, such as the tape measure. While mobile platforms evolve over time, the IoT is expected to deliver a wealth of functionalities and information that we could only dream of a couple years back. The field service widespread adoption of mobile devices has led to connected applications and IoT-enabled devices, allowing enterprises to predict machine failures, anticipate preventative and maintenance schedules, minimize asset-related costs, and offer a better experience to their customers. Now go back to my point regarding the speed of change. Just look at how much the speeds have increased from a mobile network standpoint. For all of us that don't have a good idea of what a typical download speed for the different mobile networks, I wanted to provide this graph. I remember back when I had 3G phones, it wasn't really very practical to use my BlackBerry or a flip phone for much internet browsing or video viewing. 4G made that much more tolerable and useful. Can you imagine the possibilities of what can be accomplished with this increase in data speeds? We are going to touch on just a couple examples of how increased speeds with 5G will change the game for some technologies. We're going to discuss some drones, augmented reality, and self-driving cars. Drones. What is the real business value in unmanned aircraft in remote sensing capabilities? There are really two areas of business value today. One is gaining efficiencies and reducing operating costs, and the second is employee safety. Drones can take video or photographs to assess conditions and help companies pinpoint where services or equipment might be at risk. A recent report showed that only 1 out of 10 companies use drones today. 88% of those that do use drones have achieved a positive return on investment within a year. These companies work, the companies that work with drones take advantage of drones to really get into the field faster, cheaper, and with greater safety. One example is for inspectors for utilities of poles, wireless towers, wind turbines, other infrastructure. Traditionally, these have required a great deal of time to perform and come to a high risk of employee safety. In fact, tower climbing is recognized as one of the most dangerous jobs. A single tower climb can cost between $2,000 and $5,000. Drones make that work faster, cheaper, and safer. Drones can perform the inspections and surveys more quickly, cheaply, and safely, which also reduces insurance costs than people or helicopters. The benefit is not just in being able to perform the same task cheaply, but also being able to do it much more frequently as well. By dramatically increasing the amount of data gathered, new forms of analysis are made possible. These are the tasks where drones have already started to transform industries. Technological limitations and high costs have kept drones relatively limited until recently. After significant excitement starting in around 2012, the FAA's 2016 adoption of regulations combined with the drone's drop in price have made drones economically viable option for a broad range of commercial functions. And with the move to higher speeds such as 5G and increased automation, the practical use of drones can be seen across industries. Drones are seeing real use in industries that need to gather large amounts of data, visual data, or access to hard to reach places. Some of the different industries: agriculture, forestry, surveying, infrastructure inspection, utilities, construction, mining, entertainment. Even major companies like Amazon and Facebook and Domino's are investing significantly into the use of drones for expanding kind of their capabilities. And with the advancements in technology that have allowed manufacturers to produce a wide range of different models of different sizes, shapes, which all kind of carry different sensor payloads, making them favorable across a broad application base. Businesses are starting to really understand the value use of drones and are finding unique ways to use them. Augmented reality takes something real and modifies it. The development of 5G technologies will really help amplify the effectiveness of augmented reality for everyday use, and imagine the limited possibilities for field technicians. Some of the most popular AR capabilities include information overlay, knowledge capture, and training. Information overlay allows AR system to present information about the equipment to a technician that is working on to help them streamline the repair process. Knowledge capture enables the technician to capture information showing the current state of a problem or document a repair and then store it in the field service software. Technicians can also share a video of the repair with other technicians who encounter the same equipment. Augmented reality can provide technicians with important information in their field of view so that they can quickly reference support materials while focusing on the equipment that they are repairing. It helps to solve immediate issues of keeping the company's training program going and has additional benefits about reducing time and cost involved with travel. In many cases, an expert working from his home office can coach a user in the field who is using the AR software running a tablet or a phone or glasses. We are just beginning to realize all of the different benefits that augmented reality can provide. Let's talk about a driverless car. Simply put, a driverless car must be capable of navigating to a destination, avoiding obstacles, and parking without any human intervention. To accomplish this, a driverless car must have an artificial intelligence system that senses its surroundings, processes the visual data to determine how to avoid collisions, operate the car's machinery like steering and brake, and use the GPS to track the current location and destination. Without AI, cars will never truly be driverless. Google's Waymo has put AI inside its virtual cars and has literally driven billions of miles, throwing every possible perceived obstacle and situation at the cars and to see how they respond. The AI learns what actions lead to crashes and slowly learns what it should do, how it should drive on real roads. In order to perceive the visual surroundings, most self-driving cars have some combination of three visual systems: video cameras, radar, and LiDAR. LiDAR is a detection system which works on the principle of radar but uses light from a laser. The AI synthesizes the data from these different systems to fully map out its surroundings and watch out for unexpected obstacles. Most driverless cars require all three. AI in a driverless car requires the visual cameras and deep learning software to interpret objects like street lights, street signs, and while radar catches most obstacles instantly, it's not as good at catching smaller objects. Some of the current applications for self-driving vehicles, the trucking industry, Domino's Pizza is working with Ford. Packaging and delivering, ride sharing, benefits are pretty much limitless, reducing accidents, and allowing you to be much more productive while in the car. From a field tech perspective, imagine how much more productive you could be if you had a driverless vehicle. If you had a driverless vehicle and you could be more productive while traveling on site. Looking at a quick example of a company that has taken steps to be a step ahead of their competition, Tesla is poised to take advantage of the technology advancements more than other companies. A few highlights are Tesla has been using cameras and self-driving abilities well before most companies. Basically, they are a tech company on wheels. Every Tesla car comes standard with standard advanced hardware capabilities, which are capable of providing autopilot features today and full self-driving capabilities in the future. You can control your car from your phone, utilize different settings to adjust the car before you ever get in it. The car has a computer on board that allows you to receive software updates. This will really extend the life of the car and take advantage of technological advancements well after the initial purchase. Will Tesla be able to corner the market with the addition of 5G technology and really allow AI to take everything to a new level? Only time will tell. So looking at the role of AI in field service management, artificial intelligence refers to enable computers to do tasks with high-level intelligence. We're familiar with the concept of AI through movies, but now it's getting into field service industry to optimize day-to-day operations. 80% of field technicians, 80% of field experts across industries believe that AI enhances workforce skills and increases work efficiency. Over the past few years, artificial intelligence has matured into a collection of powerful technologies that are delivering competitive advantages to businesses across industries. Global AI adoption and investments are soaring. By one account, 37% of organizations have developed AI solutions, up 270% from 4 years ago. Analysts forecast global AI spending will be more than double over the next 3 years, topping $79 billion by 2022. Almost 2/3 report that AI technologies are enabling organizations to move ahead of the competition. 63% of the leaders surveyed already view AI as critically important to their business success. And that number is expected to grow 81% in the next 2 years. Many executives and frontliners are afraid AI might be replacing jobs, but it's simply not true. In fact, artificial intelligence supports employees' ability to do efficient work. AI has applications in providing real-time updates, greater visibility, reduced errors, interconnected devices, information sharing, and automated workflows, and worker safety have a detailed view on the role of. Here's a detailed view of AI in the field service. So a survey by McKinsey reports that 40% of field service technicians workday is wasted on non-value add activities, that's a lot of time to be spent on items that aren't really providing any business value to the organization. If we look at a typical daily workflow for a field technician, we see a variety of different required tasks throughout the day. For most organizations, a technician's daily workflow is very inefficient. Much of their time is actually spent doing how much of their time is actually spent doing the task that they're actually most needed for. There's a lot of room for improvement here. Instead of making an invoice, perhaps one could be automatically generated. With AI implemented into your field service, it's possible to do so more and more with the same amount of time during the day. With all the uncertainty today, how can you afford not to be more productive? As AI adoption advances, the way organizations do their work is evolving. 71% of adopters report that AI technology have already changed their company's job roles and necessary skills. And 82% believe that AI will lead to moderate or substantial changes to their job roles and skills over the next 3 years. A lot's changing. Now that we know how much of an area of opportunity there is for AI in field service, let's be a little bit more specific and dig into 4 examples of how AI is helping in the field. The first one, work productivity. Scheduling jobs and managing workflow is always a big concern. Whether it's a small firm or a large organization, scheduling optimal work windows is quite difficult. With companies adopting cloud solutions, the problem has gotten much easier and artificial intelligence solves it to a greater level. AI overcomes hurdles faced by manual dispatchers. In the near future, excuse me, hopefully we could even replace human dispatchers with AI bots, but not completely though, because it's still necessary to have some human intervention. Based on past history, skills, location, priority, tools, and availability of the workforce, jobs are dispatched to the right person. It takes no time to do so, whereas a human may have to look up all the different technicians, check all the conditions to dispatch the job without any guaranteed success. The paperless approach with mobile apps and cloud software makes the use of artificial intelligence to auto-route the jobs and take the shortest path. AI virtual assistance considers parameters, including unexpected events. It increases job completion rate in the first visit by ensuring the worker has the right tools and the right skills and is there at the right time. The second one is predictive maintenance. One of the best implications of artificial intelligence is predictive maintenance. While most companies work on a take action when the issue occurs approach, AI brings a change. Predictive maintenance changes the game because it doesn't allow the problem to actually occur. The use of sensors plays a big role. For instance, a sensor equipped in bins sends the information to the software. The system books, for example, a waste collection appointment automatically. Vans are dispatched to empty the bin on time. Or, for example, a boiler sensor reports some malfunctioning error, which may indicating that something might stop working soon. This helps the service engineer to do the necessary repairs to the asset before the problem occurs. Artificial intelligence makes it happen without manual intervention. Predictive maintenance is the way to increase really asset life and quality as well. You know, the machine-to-machine interaction and all the connected devices drive predictive maintenance. It eliminates the unnecessary technician visits to check machine conditions. Monitoring the equipment's condition and collecting regular information is useful. Furthermore, it helps realize resources in an optimal manner. The third item is data-driven decisions. Artificial intelligence is all about data, as we've discussed. With AI in use, it's possible to make more strategic decisions, reduce repetitive administrative work, allows human operators to focus on predictive analytics. It governs end-to-end work and data flows with automation. Continuous data evaluation and processing presents a clear picture with analytics. Hence, a service company can save huge due to artificial intelligence. It streamlines project planning, staffing requirements, new products, inventory management, customer service with analysis. IoT and big data have found their place in the field service industry, and it enables collecting lots of information with sensors and machines. AI uses that information to empower service companies with informed decisions. And the last item that we're going to focus on today is customer experience. Now, we know it's not easy to amaze your customers. A business needs to keep employees on their toes to continue to meet customer expectations. Ignoring your customer issues on a lighter note can put the business in danger. That's why service companies are always trying to put their best foot forward in attending to customers. Artificial intelligence will help make customers happier. With chatbots and actions, it's possible to help customers with more speed and accuracy. These bots containing the customer and their equipment information can find out the problem and suggest a quick fix. Artificial intelligence aims to solve the problem before it arrives. I think that's a pretty big theme of this whole conversation. This will lead to improved customer relations. They can use self-service apps for faster answers based on equipment information. It reduces wait time at the customer side, and the back office agents can use AI systems to assist customers in a simplified manner. So from a high level, how specifically does AI work within software to increase automation? The first aspect is really getting all of this data into the software. Once the data is in the software, sorry, the technology is able to observe user actions and system events. The system will then analyze the observed data and take into consideration the historical data and move to be able to make predictions. And finally, once the system is able to make accurate predictions, it can proactively offer recommendations on all kinds of different elements of your field service needs. Solve issues before they become a problem. This is also good for enhanced visibility and real-time analysis of your field service needs. What does the future of field service look like? The near future of field service will be led by the impact of growing AI adoption along with the constant availability of information. More than any other emerging technology, AI stands out as having a significant impact on over 50% of field service organizations within the next 24 months. This is particularly significant given the fact that all technologies listed on the slide have potential to be hugely impactful, with a strong showing in mobile mobile knowledge management as well, indicating the constant connectivity will be the hallmarks of the technicians of the near future. Sorry. So what's the bottom line to an organization? Why should you prioritize a field service technology project, or why should you consider making changes to your organization? What does this mean for your business? What is the impact? Looking at the graphic and a study from a well-respected consultant, McKinsey, we can see some staggering process improvements and operational savings and gains as a result of embracing innovation and implementing technology for your field technicians. You can achieve a 10 to 20% savings in back office efficiency, a 5 to 20% savings in field efficiency, whether it's utilization, mean time to repair, avoiding SLA penalties, decreasing truck rolls, a 5 to 30% increase in cross-sell, upsell, increased revenue, NPS scores, employee satisfaction scores. If you could lead the change in producing these types of results at your company, wouldn't you be the hero? Maybe a raise might be in order. Let's be honest. It is important to be as productive as possible, and even if it isn't the right time to invest in technology, your competition is, so you can't wait for too long. It's basically a necessity. So you might be thinking to yourself, how can I increase visibility into my operations and ground activities? Give decision makers the right tailored information, understand in real time which areas of field service management need improvement, make use of the data to better serve my field service operations, reduce the cost of breaching SLAs and detecting faults, spending less time on administrative tasks, transferring knowledge efficiently to new staff. All of this is possible today with the right software partner. There is a lot to gain through efficiency and automations. If you truly want to get a lot out of AI and automation within your field environment, and in order to get the maximum number of benefits, you will need a truly integrated and cohesive system. Some items to really kind of consider when you're looking at trying to find a company to partner with. Look for a software company that can fit into your business, not force you to change the way that you're doing business. Look for a software partner that puts automation at the center of everything that they do. Look for a software company that allows you to adjust quickly with different workflows, flexibility. You need to be able to react quickly to change. Look for a software partner that provides a quick time to value in months, not years. Look for a software company that is willing to take your feedback and add desired features to the platform much quicker than a normal 2-year roadmap. And lastly, look for a software vendor that isn't made up of a bunch of acquired pieces. For AI and automation, you cannot have siloed data that doesn't talk to each other. You run the risk of if your current technology provider consists of many bolt-on solutions that have been kind of put together through acquisitions, you run the risk of having siloed data and easily broken integrations. Beware of that Frankenstein out there that could make your technology advancement into AI difficult, complex, and costly. Automation requires that data flow to flow back and forth very easily so it can interpret the data and give you those predictions and recommendations. That's really kind of what it all boils down to. So with that being said, I'd love to open it up for questions.
Thank you, Mark. We'll go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions in the question box in your control panel. Oh, it looks like we have a few questions here. So let's get started. First question, Mark. What AI capabilities are at the forefront of adoption? How have they impacted those who have transitioned to the AI-based solution?
There's no real right answer to this, considering every aspect of technology that we've touched on today. It all is connected in one way or another. So AI is all about making smarter decisions, making them faster, in a lot of cases automatically. Oh, and we're really on the cusp of really understanding the true value of AI and automation in the field. Whether it's and every single customer is different. So if you are just struggling with scheduling and optimizing, getting the right tech at the right time to the right location, then that's the most important AI capability that you should go after. But every company is a little bit different. One example of an AI adopter, TiVo, for example, when I was doing some research, they were able to streamline their operation by using kind of an AI platform to automatically detect, classify, aggregate, and route IT incidents. And their processes help them reduce actionable events from 2,500 to 150 daily. Now, enabling their professionals, imagine how much more efficient you could be if you could kind of eliminate a lot of those different tasks.
Great. Next question. Are AI solutions directly correlated to cutting human labor?
I think I touched on this a little bit earlier. Many executives and frontline executives are afraid of AI replacing jobs, but it is simply just not true. AI really kind of helps support the employee to do efficient work. AI has applications in providing real-time data updates, greater visibility, reduced errors, interconnected devices, information sharing, automated workflows, and worker safety.
Great. How long does an AI-backed solution deliver value-added insights?
Well, it really depends on who you partner with, but I think that it's important to have a flexible partner. I think that you should be able to see the value in months, not years. Absolutely.
Okay. And then another question, how does Zinier help in manufacturing maintenance?
In manufacturing maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's you got to go back to kind of that predictive maintenance, and if you have sensors on the different, you want to ensure that your system is really connected and you understand in optimal working conditions. So, just one example of that would be to have, those predict a lot, having your system up and run uptime, utilizing that predictive maintenance aspect of AI to ensure that your machines are running at an optimal rate. And really, time is money. If a machine is down, it's going to cost you. You're not going to be able to get information to your customers quickly, and not information, products to your customers, and things are going to get backlogged. So downtime with systems, you need to have that AI ingrained in those systems to ensure that machine is running at an optimal rate at all times, and that's where AI comes in to ensure that the system will notify you if there's an issue before the asset shuts down because it's not working correctly. Sorry, that was a quick view. Quick.
Great. One last question. So, can you give a practical example of a field service logistics optimization problem that Zinier customer has solved?
Say it one more time for me.
Yeah. Can you give a practical example of a field service logistics optimization problem that Zinier customer has solved?
Sure. You think about your field. You have a ton of field technicians, and scheduling them out. Even I've tried it myself, just trying to schedule 5 different technicians, and trying to figure out real what's the best route that they should take? What order should you take these projects? Unpredictable events that come up. How can you manage this situation daily? And it just becomes impossible to get the appropriate schedule if you're doing all this manually. So Zinier really helps optimizing these schedules, getting the right tech to the right time to the right location. And when those field techs are in the field, Zinier really helps the company get more visibility into what's happening. Where are they in the process? Where are they, are things being delayed because of an unforeseen event? Can the schedule automatically adjust to that and without having to have manual intervention? All of these things are incredibly important to ensure that you keep efficiency moving forward.
Great. It looks like we've covered all the questions. Once more, thank you, Mark, for the insights, and thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Again, we'll make the recorded webinar available to everyone. Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.